like a show tune. Trumpets play full blast to create a great impression, but it doesn't seem to last.
Flat earth around, just look at your feet down on the ground. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around, just take a look around. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around, just look at your feet down on the ground. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around, just take a look around. The world spins like this record on my turntable, and I know I'm willing and able to let you all know, let it all go. The earth is flat, it goes to show. No. We know all, you know none. Let me end it now before it's begun and say the nigga on all. And you know what I mean, I said the murder. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around. Just look at your feet down on the ground. Damn. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around. Just take a look around. Oh. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around. Just look at your feet down on the ground. Oh. Flat earth is flat, flat earth around. Just take a look around.
This is Futurama, Season 4, Episode 17. Those hidden letters there actually says, "Thanks for watching Futurama Slave Army."
Wondered how a simple tube of toothpaste transforms your smile? Every year, the world churns out billions of these tubes, each packed with the magic to turn our teeth sparkling clean. It's fascinating how toothpaste, a concoction of hard minerals and abrasive substances, morphs into a smooth, minty treat for our teeth. This marvel of manufacturing isn't just about the paste. Those catchy stripes in your toothpaste have their own story too. We took a trip to the Colgate factory to uncover the secrets behind one of the world's favorite toothpaste. A brand that started in the early
First thing in the morning, you probably don't look your best, and your breath probably doesn't smell too good either. While it can't solve your cosmetic problems, regular brushing with toothpaste will freshen your breath and your smile. Dentists recommend brushing after every meal. Now, while most of us don't follow that rule every day, on average you will still spend more than 3,000 hours of your life brushing your teeth.
That toothpaste has a history of nearly 4,000 years? Sounds weird, right? While toothpaste in those times was not as complex as it is today, so let's jump into the video and know more about the manufacturing process of toothpaste. The ancient Egyptians used a mixture of green lead, verdigris, and frankincense. Ground bones were used by the early Chinese. Each toothpaste contains the following ingredients: binders, abrasives, propellants, humectants, fragrances, sweeteners, fluoride, bleaching agents, preservatives, and water. Binders
We make around about 450 million tubes a year. If you look at that on the population size, that's a lot of tubes of toothpaste for everyone.
A lot of people's wondering, what is the blues? I hear a lot of people saying the blues, but I'm gonna tell you what the blues is. When you ain't got no money, you got the blues. When you ain't got no money to pay your house rent, you still got the blues. A lot of people holler about, I don't like no blues, but when you ain't got no money and can't pay your house rent and can't buy you no food, you damn sure got the blues. If you ain't got no money, you got the blues, cause you're thinking evil. That's right. Anytime you thinking evil, you thinking about the blues.
So what goes into a tube of toothpaste? Production of our favorite flavored fluoride protection starts in factories like this one. The chemical ingredients arrive in 750 kilogram sacks and include aluminium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, and xanthan gum.
approximately 50 feet, I think, 30 to 50 feet from here. This would be, to this scale, a mile away. Show us where the International Space Station is, Hubble, etc.
Okay. So if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix!
I'm wrong, but the Earth is flat, right?
Century, with William Colgate, an English immigrant, at the helm. He didn't begin with toothpaste but with soap and candles in New York. Colgate's commitment to excellence soon led it to branch out into the world of oral care. By the mid-1800s, the company was creating scented soaps and, crucially, toothpaste. The year 1870...
Wait for it. Photobomb!
Baumgartner, he would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, you know, I don't, it's fine. He wants to, I don't have.
I hope you're doing well. Just want to show you a couple days ago, Japan.
Oh my word, yes, it's only a matter of time, isn't it?
The list of another country that's faking going to the moon with fake space propaganda, and let's take a look at the cartoon, and so we can clearly point out that this is a cartoon and it's fake. And if it was real, then they would have real footage, because it's 2024 and we have cameras. So let's take a look at this.
With the slim lander, Japan has made space history, becoming the 5th nation to execute a soft touchdown on the lunar surface. But you can tell from the faces at mission control that while they made the landing,
yeah, they look real excited. Okay, now let's fast forward a little bit.
Didn't exact pointing at the lunar surface instead of the sun. But they're talking to their probe, and it successfully deployed 2 minutes.
Okay, if you're not aware, this is like CGI and it's a cartoon.
If he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only at that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. That stuff is flat. Be impressed with in the universe. I don't want you to be distracted by things that are not. That's all I'm trying to say.
In all this footage, what are these things called? This is the Apple Vision Pro. They're not calling it virtual reality because apparently they want to, well, separate themselves with this device from virtual reality. You know that this is
equipped with cameras which could,
I'm always looking to see how we can improve quality. So we have a phrase in GSK that we use in supply chain that says, remember that there's a consumer or a patient, or more generally a person at the end of our supply chain. Recession always has affected manufacturing and things come up and down, but
Abrasive materials scrub the outside of the teeth to remove plaque and loosen particles on the teeth. Abrasives also contribute to the opacity of the paste or gel. Abrasive ingredients can affect the
These complicated sounding chemicals will work towards one simple aim: to protect teeth from decay. Specific quantities of each chemical are measured into large containers ready to start the process of cooking up the basic toothpaste. The barcode on each trolley helps keep track of
Since there are millions of people starting to question the shape of the earth,
Game changer. Colgate rolled out the first tube packaged toothpaste, revolutionizing the way we maintain our dental hygiene. Gone were the days of toothpaste in jars. The tube was here to stay. Colgate didn't stop there. Its dedication to scientific research sparked innovations like fluoride toothpaste, significantly boosting our fight against dental decay. Throughout the
will to inform you powers that be have conveniently left out of the textbooks and reference materials of. I'm mad about this country's educational system. You see, there's all kinds of incredible facts that
Colgate blossomed into a global phenomenon. Today, it's more than just a toothpaste brand. It's a household name in over 150 countries, preventing cavities and freshening breath in homes worldwide. This journey from a modest soap business to a global oral care leader is a testament to the power of innovation and quality. Today's toothpaste is
for interactive everyday life. Yeah, footage coming out, people driving with these things. Guy got arrested in his Tesla for driving with it. People walking down the street, public transport, and there's this dude is doing just working out in his own little world, eh? What is this? Only a matter of time before we see these things everywhere, isn't it?
powers that be have conveniently left out of the textbooks and reference materials of this country's colleges and schools. So I've come here tonight against the government's will to inform you.
I'm no human. I don't wear your clothes.
That have been kept from you. First of all, the hair clog in Michael Bolton's shower is over 17.
Stuff, scary thoughts. Scary, especially considering when you think that this next footage is from 99. Just a few short years ago, really, when you think about it, isn't it, guys? 99. This is before the whole technology piece exploded and all these people of this age.
Let's get ready to rumble! Long. The government doesn't want you to know.
Round 2. Ozian is back, and this time he wants to argue about Eratosthenes. It's a rather old argument, one that we've heard many times before. But let's hear him out on this matter. Let's see what he has to say.
Now, turning
hero for our teeth. It not only keeps them pearly white, but also guards against gum disease and those dreaded cavities. But have you ever wondered how this everyday miracle is made? The process is a real eye-opener, blending science and machinery in an amazing way. The process starts with basic things like rock and sand. Yes, you heard right. These simple ingredients play a huge role in keeping our teeth clean. This factory is a busy bee, churning out 1 million tubes of toothpaste every day to meet the world's huge demand. The ingredients arrive in big trucks ready to be transformed. They're not just random stuff. Each one has a special role. There's sodium fluoride, the cavity-fighting ninja, and abrasives like silica and calcium.
Once the ingredients are fully combined, they're sent off to be cooked.
Children from Greenland hate the color blue!
Cost and taste of the paste. The most commonly used abrasives are silica, calcium carbonate, and sodium bicarbonate. Each abrasive also has slightly different cleaning properties, and a combination of the two can be used in the final product. Shellacs, also known as blowing agents, are surfactants. They lower the surface tension of the water, causing bubbles to form. Foam is usually a combination of organic alcohols or fatty acids with alkali metals.
The UK's on the up. I guess it doesn't matter how hard up you get, maybe you still want to clean your teeth in the morning.
It gives you a certain satisfaction to know that the product that you make is being used by people all over the world and that it's delivering a great product and a great service to them.
The government doesn't want you to know. The first time a baby octopus squirts ink, it thinks its pen exploded.
And shaped the earth. The ancient Greek mathematician Eratosthenes deserves a special mention. He was the first person to calculate.
Thank you, Amy. That was a bit more descriptive. But you never once explained why a longer shadow on one place than another would prove a globe. But, you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll make one more phone call. Give you that second lifeline. I'm feeling really generous today. Hey, Neil. You're like this world-class science communicator, right? Do you think you could help these two guys out who are having a really hard time describing this Eratosthenes experiment? Oh, really? Oh, great. Cool. Floor is yours, Neil.
So now if the Earth is round, how big is Earth? You might want to check for that. There was a famous experiment conducted by Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes. And there are two cities in the old world, and one of them, they knew that at 12 noon on a particular day of the year, that the sun was directly overhead and you could see the bottom of a well.
Oh, okay.
You don't run around looking at the bottoms of wells.
No.
Because the light doesn't take, it's just, no.
Doesn't get down there.
Doesn't get down there.
Hey, Amy. Was it two wells or was it two sticks? If you want to be more convincing, you should probably get your story straight.
How can we use this observation to see if Earth's surface is curved? We needed another well. Turns out we can't see the bottom of both wells at the same time. What might explain this? Well, there are two possible explanations. First, we could have a flat Earth with the sun that's small and close by, so that the light hits the second well at an angle. Or second, we could have a curved Earth with a sun that's big and far away, so that all the light comes in parallel, but only one well at a time is lit all the way to the bottom. Turns out with just two wells, there's enough wiggle room for both explanations to fit our observations.
Whoa, so if the flat Earth is a possible explanation, it doesn't prove that the Earth is a globe, now does it?
Eratosthenes only had two wells. But what if he had added a third? With a third well, it doesn't matter where the sun is. No flat Earth model can explain the angles of all three shadows. But the spherical model explains it all 3 angles, with ease.
And to do this experiment, you got to measure the angles. Greeks had the angles.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, geometry translates to Earth measurement. So one last thing, which should be obvious.
Okay.
Wow, Neil. The only obvious thing I see here is you are outright lying. Lying does not reflect well on you. This is just the basic geometry of a triangle. I see no reason why that wouldn't work on my flat Earth model.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Man, it's like they just knock themselves out, I'm telling you. Do you got anything else for us, Ozian? Perhaps you want to argue that, oh, well, it doesn't work on a flat Earth model because all the light from the sun is parallel, right? That's all conditional on that. But even your model doesn't make the claim that all the light from the sun is parallel. You guys really need to get your stories straight and stop hitting yourselves. I'm having fun watching those, so what else you got?
By measuring the angle of the sun's rays at different locations, you estimated the Earth's size with
It has no way of knowing it has the ability to squirt ink. Old people's bathwater.
We work 24/7, 365 effectively. Ingredients come from all over Europe and they get pumped into silos around the site, and then they get pumped into our mixers from there. This is a toothpaste mixer. It holds 3 tons of materials: water, silicas, glycerin, the flavor and color compounds, and the active ingredients that go to make up Aquafresh. The mix is tested and sampled and checked in our labs to make sure it's correct. Then it gets pumped into storage vessels which
retain water to keep the paste in the toothpaste. Moisturizers keep the solid and liquid phases of the toothpaste together. They can also add coolness and/or sweetness to toothpaste. This makes this toothpaste comfortable in the mouth when used. Most toothpaste use sorbitol or glycerin as a humectant. Propylene glycol can also be used as a moisturizer. Toothpaste has a taste that makes it taste better. Mint is the most commonly used flavor because it gives a fresh taste. This fresh
be heated in large aluminium pots to prevent any unwanted chemical reactions from occurring inside the toothpaste mix. Modern toothpaste has many positive benefits, including keeping teeth white. Obviously, it also helps protect against painful gum diseases and cavities, and it can even alleviate bad breath. Back in the cookers on the factory floor, the mixture has combined to form a dough-like substance.
Gently brush away the bad stuff from our teeth. And let's not forget sodium bicarbonate, another cleaning whiz. The transformation is nothing short of magic. Water, the unsung hero, blends all these ingredients together. But toothpaste isn't just about cleaning. It's got to taste and smell good too, right? That's where flavoring agents come in. Then there are colorants to make it look pretty, foaming agents to get it all bubbly, binders to keep it just the right consistency, pH regulators for balance, and humectants to stop it from drying out. That's where preservatives come into play, ensuring your toothpaste stays good for longer. It's like a symphony of chemicals, each with its own hard-to-pronounce name. But together, they have one mission: to keep our teeth safe from cavities. Now, getting these chemicals in just the right amounts is quite the task. Imagine having to measure some ingredients by the ton and others by the kilo. It's not something you do in your kitchen. After all the weighing and measuring, it's time to mix things up. Here's where the magic happens. In comes a high-capacity mixer, a piece of machinery that's all about precision.
Bathwater, it's soup! That's where soup comes from. The government doesn't want you to know!
efficiency. It's not your average kitchen mixer. This one deals with whopping quantities, mixing up to 5 tons in just 5 minutes. These mixers are powerhouses, crushing the coarse ingredients and blending them with pinpoint accuracy. They even add a special gel to get everything just right. The heart of the factory is where you'll find giant agitators spinning at speeds that would make your head spin. We're talking about 2,500 revolutions per minute, which is like a car zooming at 30 km per hour. In these tanks, the mixture turns.
For anyone with a lizard as a pet, a newly released study from the CDC has linked a rare strain of salmonella to bearded dragons. 2 outbreaks have left dozens of people sick in the U.S. and Canada. The CDC says the lizards naturally have salmonella in the
meat is the exact same texture as a 97-year-old woman's nipple.
And on their skin. Experts say owners should wash their hands after handling their lizards.
The paste from the packaging line is ready to draw that particular batch down. And then the filler mechanism works and it drives the paste through a series of pistons and down through a nozzle. Now the nozzle is split into quadrants so that we can deliver the different toothpastes, the red, white and blue stripes that our customers like and trust so much.
Super Mega Death Ray. It's got the power to enslave the entire human race.
The government doesn't want you to know 14-year-old boys across the
like dough, a perfect blend of all the ingredients. Once everything is perfectly mixed, it's time to cook. The mixture is heated in large aluminum pots and carefully controlled to prevent any unwanted reactions. It's like baking a giant batch of toothpaste cookies, with each batch filling about 30,000 tubes. Just imagine that! Getting toothpaste just right is all about precision. It's gotta be smooth, with no lumps to spoil the texture. When you peek inside one of the bowls,
Headlights had a few.
be up all night playing with their elbows. Cajun people cannot say, let's go to the movies and see Schindler's List.
Is the result of years of conditioning by the toothpaste industry. Americans associate mint with freshness. There may even be a reason for this. The mint flavor contains oils which evaporate in the warm mouth environment. This evaporation effect creates a cooling sensation in the mouth. The most common toothpaste flavors are peppermint, wintergreen, and cinnamon. In addition to flavorings, toothpaste can
only pronounce it like this. Let's go to the movie and see.
What's a lie supposed to do?
a giant bowl filled with glossy icing. Spatulas are used to scrape off any excess sticking to the blades, ensuring the toothpaste is perfectly smooth. Once it has reached the ideal consistency, the toothpaste begins a journey through a network of pipes, heading to a pressurized chamber. This is where it gets ready for its final destination, the toothpaste tube. But wait, there's something we're missing.
David Bowie has two different colored eyes.
watching them is quite hypnotic, and it's just a very rhythmical process. It looks very poetic and very balletic when it's running, but each integral part of that needs to be in time with every other piece of kit on the line.
To make it delicious due to humectants. The most commonly used moisturizers are about 60% sweeter than table sugar. You need artificial flavors to make the toothpaste taste good, too. Saccharin is the most commonly used sweetener, although some toothpaste contains ammonia, diglycerides, and/or aspartame. After the raw materials are transported to the factory, they are weighed manually and by machine. This ensures the accuracy of the proportions of ingredients.
Each batch makes enough toothpaste to fill around 30,000 tubes. When a boiler is opened up, it looks like a large mixing bowl full of icing on the inside. Spatulas are used to scrape off any excess clinging to the mixing blades. And now it's time to add some colour. Although it doesn't contain any active ingredients, this mixture will form the famous multicoloured stripes.
Curiously enough, so do huskies. The government doesn't want you to know that.
Iconic stripes. Adding these colorful stripes is a real art. They might not have active ingredients, but they're crucial for the toothpaste's appeal. The challenge is to add them without mixing them into the white base. The solution? A laboratory where experts test the toothpaste's thickness, making sure the stripes stay distinct and the paste squeezes out just right. Interestingly, research has found that people generally prefer striped toothpaste over plain varieties. So the colored liquid is carefully blended with the plain toothpaste. The colors, synthetic shades of red and blue, might not seem appealing on their own, but they're completely safe. And when they're mixed in, they become part of the charming striped pattern we see when we squeeze the tube. It's like a little bit of toothpaste magic right there in your bathroom. Toothpaste
David Bowie is a husky! Sweet Cindy Crawford is a freak!
All those things happening, it's like really conducting a symphony. When you see it happening and you wonder how do they all work together, that's really the exciting bit of it from my perspective.
These ingredients are mixed. Usually a glycerin water mixture is prepared first, and all ingredients are mixed in a mixing bucket. The bath temperature and humidity are carefully monitored, and this is important to ensure the mixture blends properly.
The government doesn't want you to know!
About keeping your teeth clean. It's also about the experience, which is why it comes in a variety of colors and flavors. Mint might be the most familiar flavor, but the range is vast. Imagine a team of chemists, like flavor artists, using essential oils to create just the right taste. They mix different oils in various proportions, crafting almost any flavor imaginable. It's like a culinary experiment, but for your toothpaste. In a dedicated testing department, experts spend countless hours ensuring each new flavor hits the mark. They know that even a small change in the toothpaste's thickness can be a big deal, making their role in quality control crucial. Their meticulous efforts ensure that every batch meets strict standards. But there's one more trick up the toothpaste.
Welcome to the new world of thinking. I'm here to share my thoughts with you. What do you think about Earth, flat or globe? Watch this video till the end. Hey guys, I'm Funny Shark, and today I wanna talk about flat earthers. First of all, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like this video. I lied about everything, including the shape of Earth. However, NASA was founded in 1958, while the sphericity of the Earth was established by
shaved the hair off the mole on her face, we'd think she'd have whiskers.
The tins commonly used in the toothpaste industry mix up one batch, which is the equivalent of 10,000 4-ounce canisters. Before the tube is filled with toothpaste, the tube itself passes through a fan and vacuum.
Research shows that buyers prefer the stripy variety over the plain old white product. The coloured liquid is mixed with the plain toothpaste. Although its synthetic shade of green might look nasty, it's perfectly safe for humans to use. After combining with the basic mixture, the final concoction is less garish. It will form part of the stripy finish produced by a squeeze on the multicoloured tubes of toothpaste. Toothpastes come in a range of colours and flavours. The most popular and familiar variety is probably peppermint. Chemists get this and other flavours into the mixture by using essential oils. A gas chromatograph is used to break the oils down into their component parts. This way the basic makeup can be seen at a microscopic level. By combining different quantities of various oils, the chemists can recreate almost any flavour they want. A dedicated testing department spends hours each day trying the new flavours. They also test the factory's regular brands, and if any of them aren't right, that batch can be isolated.
Those iconic stripes. How do they get in there without messing up the rest? The secret is in the use of separate dispensers in the filling machine. This clever system pumps the toothpaste through pipes, carefully placing each color side by side in the tube without mixing them. The machine works like a well-oiled clock, filling 180 tubes every minute, with each tube getting precisely 70 grams of toothpaste. Once the tubes are filled, they're sealed tight. This isn't just about keeping the paste from spilling out. It's about keeping it fresh and safe from any outside nasties. When a batch is complete, a sample is taken for one last check, ensuring everything is perfect. It's a process that combines science, art, and a bit of magic to bring us the toothpaste we use every day. So, after all that goes into making it, how exactly does toothpaste work its magic on your teeth? It's all about a double-action cleaning strategy. One part chemical,
Astronomy in 3rd century before Christ. The flat earthers claim that Australia doesn't exist and people who live there are actors paid by NASA. Wait. To all people who live in Australia, I'm so sorry. They don't know what they say. They assume you as a joke. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If theirs is flat, so we can just flip it over. It will be like the cool side of the pillow, and boom! There's no global warming.
Sidney Crawford is an otter. The government doesn't want you to know that the top supermodel in the United
We make around about 450 million tubes a year. If you look at that on the population size, that's a lot of tubes of toothpaste for everyone. I'm always looking to see how we can improve qualities. We have a phrase in GSK that we use in supply chain that says, remember that there's a consumer or a patient, or more generally a person at the end of our supply chain.
to ensure cleanliness. Dust and particles are blown off at this step. The tube is closed and the opposite end is open to allow the filling machine to load the paste. After the materials are mixed, the tubes are filled by the filling machine. To ensure the tube is properly aligned, an optical device rotates the tube. The tube is then filled by a submersible pump. Once filled, the ends are sealed. A code is also stamped on the pipe indicating where and when it was generated. Now, let's look at a detailed analysis of the manufacturing process of toothpaste. According to the present invention, a method is provided for the rapid and agglomerated addition of the abrasive calcium carbonate powder used in the manufacture of dentrified compositions, the powder forming a major part of the product, the method being a significant simplification than the former art powder addition technique, and consists of adding water and toothpaste humectant carrier material to the mixing tank, injecting the abrasive calcium carbonate powder as a high-density slurry of the order of 50 to 80% solids by weight directly to the liquid carrier, and then mixing the ingredients are subjected to homogenization by intimate mixing. Although they play an active role in toothpaste, abrasives are technically considered inactive ingredients because they don't reduce the risk of tooth decay or gum disease. However, without them, your toothpaste will have little effect. Abrasives are materials that remove food residue and stains from teeth.
An order! Eskimo children love bacon sandwiches!
We should be grateful to the flat earthers because they solved the global warming problem. When you don't have a globe, you don't have global warming issue. Beyond these words, do you really believe that the earth is flat? How do you justify the sequence of day and night? You don't even have a clear picture or a valid evidence for your claim. The truth may not be what it is now, but I'm sure the earth is by no means flat. Please write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to like this video.
Vegetarians cannot catch the flesh-eating virus.
Mechanical. On the chemical side, certain ingredients in the toothpaste react with bacteria and grime on your teeth, breaking them down. This not only cleans your teeth, but also helps protect your mouth. Then there's
A virus out there called the Caesar salad flu. All vegetarians would be wiped out.
Back on the factory floor, it's time to load up tubes with dental defense. In this case, the stripy variety. Each different color enters the system through a different pipe. Worldwide demand for toothpaste is enormous, and so factories like this one have a lot of work to do. Each machine can fill 180 tubes every minute. But how do the manufacturers get the stripes evenly throughout? Well, as you can see, with these clear dummy tubes, each color is injected at the same time from a different nozzle. This way, each stripe runs along the length of each tube. All that remains is to pack them up ready to fill the wash bags of the world. To make sure each box is full, they're all weighed. 24 tubes should come to just over 1,350 grams. Any boxes that don't contain enough tubes won't make that weight and are immediately removed. Only full boxes are sealed.
As you brush, small solid particles in the toothpaste gently scrub your teeth, helping to remove any leftover food or plaque. Now back in the factory, the toothpaste tubes are ready for their final journey.
Including the vegetarian queen of all, K.D. Lang, that little country star banjo plucking.
Air belt in groups of 15, and a special machine twists each one to align the label just right. This step is super important, otherwise the tubes might end up looking all wonky once they're filled and sealed. Next up, the tubes are packed into boxes. But it's not just about tossing them in, there's a science to it. Each box should hold exactly 24 tubes, and to make sure of this, they're weighed. A full box should tip the scales at just over 1350 grams. If a box is too light, it means it's missing a tube or two and is quickly set aside. Only the boxes that pass this test get sealed and are ready to be shipped off to stores. From a mix of simple ingredients to a neatly packed box of toothpaste, it's quite the journey. Each step is carefully managed to make sure that when you squeeze that tube onto your brush, you're getting the best clean possible.
Wiggle woggle.
How a simple tube of toothpaste transforms your smile. Every year, the world churns out billions of these tubes, each packed with the magic to turn our teeth sparkling clean. It's fascinating how toothpaste, a concoction of hard minerals and abrasive substances, morphs into a smooth.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love.
Recession always has affected manufacturing and things come up and down, but I have a feeling that UK's on the up. I guess it doesn't matter how hard up you get, maybe you still want to clean your teeth in the mornings.
It gives you a certain satisfaction to know that the product that you make is being used by people all over the world and that it's delivering a great product and a great service to them. We work 24/7, 3.
The world continues to dissolve. It's sad how we just keep devolving, and the smaller it all goes.
So if you know you're going to spend over 3,000 hours of your life standing in front of a mirror brushing, don't look at it as time down the drain. Think of it as time well spent protecting and polishing that winning smile.
This marvel of manufacturing isn't just about the paste. Those catchy stripes in your toothpaste have their own story too. We took a trip to the Colgate factory to uncover the secrets behind one of the world's favorite toothpaste. A brand that started in the early 19th century, with William Colgate, an English immigrant, at the helm. He didn't begin with toothpaste, but with soap and candles in New York. Colgate's commitment to excellence soon led it to branch out into the world of oral care. By the mid-1800s, the company was creating scented soaps and, crucially, toothpaste. The year 1873 was a game-changer. Colgate rolled out the first tube-packaged toothpaste, revolutionizing the way we maintain our dental hygiene. Gone were the days of toothpaste in jars. The tube was here to stay. Colgate didn't stop there. Its dedication to scientific research sparked innovations like fluoride toothpaste, significantly boosting our fight against dental decay. Throughout the 20th century, Colgate blossomed into a global phenomenon. Today, it's more than just a toothpaste brand. It's a household name in over 150 countries, preventing cavities and freshening breath in homes worldwide. This journey from a modest soap business to a global oral care leader is a testament to the power of innovation and quality. Today's toothpaste is like a superhero for our teeth. It not only
Force mission. And there's a guy who's famous for doing these composite images and manipulating data and putting it all together. And these guys have studied countless maps, searching for an accurate map that could represent a flat Earth. They actually got a tip from something that Neil deGrasse Tyson said, something I already showed you earlier.
So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So they thought maybe the flat Earth could be oblate in some way. That's when they discovered the oblique Mercator projection. And cartographers seem to agree that it is the most accurate flat representation of Earth. But first, what's cartography all about? Okay, so we're here at the Canadian Cartographic Association. Busy, they're overwhelmed. Believe me, I know. But despite that, it does seem like more people are starting to look around. More people are starting to notice things. And it seems that people are starting to wake up to maybe, just maybe, everything does not add up. Also say that we're not meant for this life, not forever, because there's no way around the pure truth that you and I. Maybe you'll test for curvature across the Earth. Maybe you'll record and look for clouds behind the sun. Maybe you'll open a Bible and read it for the first time, or maybe the first time in a long time. Maybe you'll call upon the name of Yahushua to be saved right now. And then maybe you'll ask him to lead you to the next step.
White, but also guards against gum disease and those dreaded cavities. But have you ever wondered how this everyday miracle is made? The process is a real eye-opener, blending science and machinery in an amazing way. The process starts with basic things like rock and sand. Yes, you heard right. These
Folks, I hope I've helped you get some good old-fashioned learnings in.
Super mega death ray. It's got the power to enslave the entire human race.
I've seen this image, other known as the blue marble, hundreds, if not thousands of times. It was taken almost 50 years ago, during the Apollo 17 mission, yet it is the only picture of the whole round Earth that was snapped by a human being. In order to see Earth as a globe, you have to be at least 32,000 kilometers away from it, and only 24 humans have ever gone that far into
About the Earth being flat? No? You think the government tells us the truth about the Earth's shape?
Not going down this road. Have a wonderful day.
Death ray.
Frank Zappa's still rocking.
Next guest is at our studios in New York. He's written his own chapter in the history of American rock music. He is Frank Zappa. The famed Frank Zappa has just written a new book, The Real Frank Zappa, written with my friend Peter Occhiogrosso, who wrote my book with me. There you see Frank's book, The Real Frank Zappa. It is published by Poseidon. It's an autobiography, but really not. It's more of an entertainment as Frank waxes poetic on many things in a wide range of subjects. What do we mean by the title? Is there a fake Frank Zappa?
Well, the title of the book is The Real Frank Zappa Book. There are a number of, I would say, rather stupid exploitation-type books that have been written about me by other people.
This is The Real Frank Zappa Book.
Yes, because I
hope you don't believe in flat Earth. So you do believe in flat Earth. Can I ask you a question? All right, if the Earth is flat, yeah? How come when the sun rises, it's not daytime all over the world if the Earth is flat? But why isn't it daytime all over the Earth? That's the question. It's a pretty good question because like it's got to be curved for it to be nighttime at one section of the Earth. I'm straight, bro. Like, yeah. Nah, seriously, but all right, what makes you believe that the Earth is flat? I get my evidence from the Quran. Like, it tells us that the Earth is not flat. No, yes, laid flat like a carpet. So when you walk, it feels flat. Do you understand now? No one's ever been to space. It's all bullshit.
Uncensored. This wonderful little boy, this charming little child. He comes walking right up to me, and he looks at me right in the eyes. And with the most curious little voice you've ever heard, he says to me, he says, "Mister, why is the sky blue?" And I look at the little fella and I say, "Well, son, I believe it's because of the vast amounts of water covering our planet, and it reflects back up into the sky." And he looked at me again and he said, "Well, mister, what about the earth and the trees? Why isn't the sky brown and green?" And I looked at the little fella again and I said, "Well, son, first of all, fuck off." And second of all,
television and radio, lecturing, writing books.
No one knows because no one's been there. And the whole Earth hasn't even been discovered yet. There's still parts of Earth. There's still parts of Earth that is not discovered. So you have no opinion. You have no opinion on that. All right. So when is it nighttime? Yeah. How come the whole world cannot see the moon when it's nighttime?
Find out that I have a theory. NutraSweet ruins your memory. You know? And that's why they put it in everything. You know?
But then if you ask him, if you say to them, like I says, I wanted to tell you about, and he forgot, and you say, "Well, did you just have a diet soda?"
I don't remember.
He's going to say, "I don't remember."
That's right. That's your proof.
Yeah, and there's your proof, right? Well, when you have now.
It's the only one that's out that I wrote.
Okay, Frank, is it a history? Do you tell us about birth? Do you give us highlight points of life, school events, etc.?
Well, it's got, a certain amount of nostalgic stuff that was a prerequisite for doing the book. But the agreement that I had with the publisher was, excuse me, that I would be able to, instead of just doing an ordinary autobiography type thing, put some portions of the book to be essays about topics that interested me. So it's about 50-50.
No, seriously. When the Earth is flat, if the Earth is all flat, yeah, when the sun rises, yeah, the whole Earth will be daytime, but it's not daytime all over the Earth. There's still sections of nighttime. That's because of the curve, the shape of the Earth.
If I say that the world is round and someone else says it's flat, that's worth reporting. But you might also want to report on a bunch of scientific evidence that seems to support the notion that the world is round.
The journalist's obligation when writing a story is to give equal
column space to all sides, or half to one of each side. And if someone says the Earth is round and someone says the Earth is flat, at some point you're going to make a judgment. The Earth is flat, people, is just flat out wrong. Right. I will not be giving them the attention. We're wasting time, and I'm not doing a service to in my role of informing the public. And so I think journalists are really smart people, and they're highly educated, and they're curious. They have the curiosity that kids have that they still have as adults. That's the other kind of branch of curiosity manifested in society, scientists and journalists. And that's a great thing to have. But at some point, invest your brain energy to recognize when something is fringe.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you are a journalist. You are a journalist.
No, you don't have to apologize.
No, I'm not apologizing.
I host a talk show, so I can't say I'm not a journalist.
Well, not only that, you're in pursuit of questions.
Yes. I agree that I'm a journalist, as are scientists who ask questions. The only part of the question we don't ask is the who.
Paris, demarcation point.
This kind of thinking before promotes jobs and growth.
That the Earth.
There's a big problem with the blue marble. On the flat Earth.
The same.
The tree grew and became strong, and it reached to heaven, and it was visible to the ends of the whole earth. Daniel 4:11. And the moon will not give her light, and the stars will fall from heaven. Matthew 24:29. How is this possible? How? Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him. Revelations 1:7. We have to images of the earth. Where's the HD footage of the spinning earth? Real pictures, real video. They even admit on their website, these are fakes. These are not real. We've been lied to about our world. It's time for you to look into the truth. Research. It can be crazy to think. No. We know. It has to be real. The cognitive dissonance is running through society. You don't want to wake up. But it's like the Matrix, and it's better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Psalms 118:8. The world's lies. The earth does not orbit the sun. Everything orbits around us. We're geostationary. We're motionless.
This was the Hebraic concept of the universe, and they were not alone. Like I said, there are many other cultures that believe the same thing. So looking, saying we are on a circular, still flat Earth set on pillars under a dome, within which are
the moon landing, whose 40th anniversary we are all celebrating this weekend, was actually fake.
What if gravity isn't real? What if the Earth is in fact flat and science has been wrong all along? Not only that the Earth was flat, but that the sun was only a few thousand miles away from Earth, not 93 million.
I don't think you can say for certain which is better. I think there's a valid argument that they may become more likely to be involved.
Common sense, everyday perception of the Earth, it is flat as far as we can tell.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things. Everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
It is curved. I mean, it's a big curve, but it's curved. So, the process of testing claims, the world is flat, the world is round, is what we call
over the flats, over the flats, over the flats.
Understand, We've been fed a lie our entire, I want to call it a lie. We've been fed.
It's a point of view thing, I think.
We've been fed Earth has been misrepresented to us by
science.
Pear-shaped.
And what you're seeing here is a mirage. You typically would not be able to see this from the Lake Michigan shore. We talked.
Traveling around the Earth this way, when in effect he's traveling around the Earth this way.
They began flying it around the world, from Abu Dhabi last year, with stops in India and China, then across the vast Pacific.
Does running around your neighborhood prove that the neighborhood is round?
And someone else says it's flat. That's worth reporting.
Says the Earth is flat. Says the Earth is flat. At some pinch.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you are a journalist. You are a journalist.
So you don't have to apologize.
I'm not apologizing.
I host a talk show, so I can't say I'm not a journalist.
Well, not only that, you're in pursuit of questions.
Yes, I agree that I'm a journalist.
Don't be.
Can you give us a question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news,
sir.
Go ahead.
Can you state?
And I expect our agencies to adhere to that ruling, to that Justice Department opinion. This has been a long-standing practice of the federal government to use these types of videos. The Agricultural Department, as I understand, has been using these videos for a long period of time. The Defense Department, other departments have been doing so. It's important that they be based upon the guidelines set out by the Justice Department. Now, I think it'd be helpful if local stations then disclose to their viewers if that's, that this was based upon a factual report and they chose to use it. But evidently in some cases that's not the case. So anyway.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to two American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
At CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole news and public affairs operation in 1954, ships had been established, and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them.
We have quite a lot of detailed information, and we will evaluate it, and we will include any evidence of wrongdoing or any evidence of impropriety in our final report and make recommendations.
Do you?
Well, they're fabricated issues, they're phony scandals.
Political faction that insisted that we teach that the world is flat. And it's a conspiracy of scientists and others who published these pictures where the world was round. After a while, is every bit as compelling. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, not 6 or 10,000 years old. Why did this report come out?
But Bill, isn't it a problem when science guys attempt to bully other people? I mean, Nick here had to say, I'm not a denier. He had to get it up. I'm not a denier, because really, the science group has tried to shame anyone who dares question this, and the point I'm trying to make is it's not working with the public.
And you could be viewed as balanced. In the clip that you showed of the president, you don't talk.
A little curved, yeah, I'll admit that. Just like the Earth. Just like the Earth. My head is all curved, it's all round. No worries about it. I was just being respectful, you know.
super mega death ray. It's got the power to enslave the entire human race. Death ray.
The last thing I want to tell you is that the one thing in life you can rely on is that all kung fu movies are real.